2012, a guy named Elvis was left his uncle's house after his uncle passed away. But just a week of staying in this house, Elvis experienced the worst 1 week of his life. Elvis was a married man in Makeni, but when he was young, he was staying with his uncle in Lusaka. When his uncle retired, he went to stay in Monze, and Elvis remained working in Lusaka, and he even married, even had children. As Elvis's uncle was staying in Monze, he unfortunately passed away, and he passed away in his house. When Elvis went to attend the funeral, he did not expect to be left with anything from his uncle's property, but the uncle actually wrote a will, and Elvis was left with the entire huge 4-bedroom house. It was all for Elvis. The only child that this man had was a man, and he was already working in Canada. Elvis was very excited to be left with the house, but he did not know what to do with the house, so he called his wife back in Makeni, Lusaka, asking what they should do with the house. She just advised him, just change the name of ownership and we sell the house. The money will invest in our already existing hardware store in Lusaka town. Once the funeral was done, everyone at the funeral house left, and Elvis was left all alone in the big house. To be honest, the house became quite creepy when he remained alone, and he thought he's just going to stay here for like a week or so. As he's finishing the paperwork for the house, he gets it ready to be sold. And just the first day of Elvis staying alone, his uncle's neighbor, another old lady who was quite older than his uncle, she came at Elvis with a house dog, telling him that his uncle, he was owning a house dog, a dog named Mr. Orange, and she was taking care of it as the funeral was going on. So now she's just going to give it to Elvis, probably he can take care of it. And Elvis was very excited. He thought he might as well take it to his boys at home. So he began keeping the dog. The dog was also excited to meet Elvis. Hours passed, it now clocked night time. Elvis had to go and sleep. At first he thought he would just go and sleep in his uncle's room, and that's the same room where his uncle passed from. He entered the room, but Mr. Orange denied to enter the late uncle's room. He tried to call the dog inside the room, give it food from inside the room, but the dog would seem like it wants the food, but it just doesn't want to get into the room. Even if he tries to call it to do all sorts of things so that it brings the dog inside the room, the dog would just bark at the room, growl, it would panic, but it just denied getting into the late